My little sister made this folded paper game. Some people call them cootie catchers. I called them fortune tellers. It has numbers written on the outside, and you choose one. Then the person holding it folds it back and forth that same number of times, and you see the numbers written on the inside. You choose one of the inside numbers, and then you lift one of the little number flaps. Under the flap is a fortune. My sister had written these fortunes inside of hers that were almost all bad. The Ricordorium is an electronic version of this classic children's game. Instead of fortunes, I'm using strange, silly family stories. Walter Benjamin noted that an orientation toward practical interest is characteristic of many born storytellers.
This is something you have to watch out for when you have an older sister.
I chose to make the interface out of paper and thread so that it would crumble with use over time, much like the paper fortune tellers I remember using as a child. The paper interface is replaceable and connects to an external circuit so that it may be destroyed and replaced a near infinite number of times. The embroidery technique I'm using is adapted from a book I found intended to help crafty housewives embroider holiday cards for their friends and family. The thread is made out of silver-plated nylon and is therefore conductive at low voltages. Each number embroidered into the paper functions as a distinct and separate electrode and is attached to its own sensor. The user's number selections correspond to a unique audio track. The first number selection will choose which family member will tell the story. The second number selection will determine which story will be heard. The circuit is organized around the basic stamp microcontroller. It receives sensor input and sends information out to the other components. The QT113 sensors measure changes in capacitance. They're also known as touch sensors. Capacitance is a measure of the amount of electric charge stored for a given electric potential. Each QT113 sensor sends and returns 5 volts in a loop, checking for changes in voltage. When an electrode is touched, a small amount of electricity is diverted through the body. When the QT113 detects a change in the amount of voltage returned, it is triggered and sends a signal to the basic stamp. The silver-plated thread of the embroidered numbers is conductive and functions as the electrode. The voltage loop is extended through the thread. When someone touches the thread, the sensor is triggered. The user receives feedback verifying their number selections from 2 LED displays. The basic stamp determines which number was selected and calls up a corresponding binary pattern in its code. If you were to press 2, this would be the pattern sent to the LED. After the basic stamp has lit the corresponding LEDs, it takes both number selections and combines them into a variable. This variable is used to determine which of the 32 audio tracks will then play. The stamp sends this command to the DVD player using serial communication. The use of a temporal medium such as sound demands a great deal of focus from the listener. Each individual listener brings their own set of experiences with them and applies them to the story.
Oh, I remember. It was your 5th birthday. We were having a party at the house. We had decorated the whole dining room with streamers and balloons and set up a big long table. Kenny must have been 2 at the time. He must have been 2 years old if you were going to be... You know what, I think it was your 6th birthday. Because he was 2, that's right, 4 years apart. You wanted chocolate cupcakes, so we had quite a few kids coming. We baked 2 batches of chocolate cupcakes. I had them all cooling on the stove. When I was busy elsewhere, preparing or setting the table for the kids, he must have been in the other room. And when I came in, I saw that he had just gouged out chunks from each cupcake. He had enjoyed himself. The cupcakes were good. So it was fairly close to party time. My solution was to fill it all in with frosting, chocolate frosting. No one was ever the wiser.
2? I was going to say 8. I don't know. I have no idea how old. I was really young because I can still remember the thoughts that were in my head then, my intentions. I walked outside and I looked back and I saw the whole pan. I think I saw the whole pan on the counter when the kitchen was completely different then. Just waiting for Jessica's party. It was Jessica's day. I came back in. I remember thinking that, I mean, maybe this is the whole difference between right and wrong when you start learning it. So I remember looking over these cupcakes and the fumes of the golden cakes were just emanating, wafting into my nostrils. Yeah, I think I really do remember clawing out the middle of the cupcakes. And I remember saying, I don't give a fuck because I'm gonna enjoy these cupcakes. And my sister can eat the muffin bottoms. I don't know.
For as long as I can remember, trading stories with family and friends has been a bonding experience. My current work is ultimately a playful expression of this familial love of a good story, and even greater love of a good argument.